Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Islamic Calling Podcast. So basically, a few days ago, I saw this video by Sadhguru where he basically was asked the question, is premarital sex wrong? And knowing Sadhguru, I mean, like, I knew this was going to be a doozy. So I just had to make a reaction to this. So yeah, let's take a look, inshallah, and I'll explain what the problem is.
Sadhguru, we as students stay away from our homes, from the familial, emotional, in terms of our career pastures. In that, we seek company in opposite sex. We cannot discuss it openly. Or is premarital sex still a taboo?
See,
First of all, why is she so mad? She sounds so mad. Like she's like, why is this so taboo? Why? Gee, I don't know. I mean, like, what do you think? Because maybe it's a bad thing. That's why it's so taboo. I don't know. Seems like a pretty straightforward and simple answer.
this is not some kind of a prescription. This is an individual need.
Like, dude, what are you doing with your beard? Stop it.
So when you become or attain to your puberty, when your body blossoms into certain possibilities, now your emotions…
1 hour later.
Our lives have changed because by the time you finish education, most people are minimum 24, 25 years of age. PhD means 30, what, 35? I don't know what
6 hours later.
If you don't want to address it, then you will create an unhealthy society, very unhealthy society, which unfortunately is finding expression in violent ways in our society because we've not addressed the fundamental needs of a human being. First thing is nourishment.
What is this guy talking about? Nourishment? What nourishment? I mean, they asked him a simple question like, is premarital sex wrong? And he's talking about nourishments.
Several months later.
It's longing to reproduce because this is survival of the species. If people don't reproduce, there is not going to be human race, isn't it?
2,000 years later.
Your intelligence is hijacked by your hormones. Now, this is not to be judged as bad or good, this is a natural process. When…
So basically, his answer is, oh no, it's a natural process, so it's fine.
there may be a few people who will go beyond that. It's fantastic for them if they can go beyond that. They're not compulsive about it, they went beyond it, fantastic for that person. But you expect the whole society to go beyond it, you're just stupid.
Then he contradicts himself and says that, no, actually, you can't expect the whole society to go beyond it. So what are you saying? You're saying, is it good or is it bad? You're saying at one point that, it's natural, it's not good or bad. But then you're saying that, no, it is bad. So which one is it?
What the hell is this?
We are still an emotional lot. People suffer immensely when things happen without the needed emotions. There may be a few people who are above that, but a whole lot of people suffer. So for our country, for our society, how to deal with this without causing a major disruption in the social structure is something that we must debate. We must do research on it, how to do it.
His answer. His answer is, oh, do research on it, yeah. I mean, why the did they ask you this question, man? What do? You waffled for like 6 minutes. You answered nothing. At one point, he's like, it's a natural process, this and that. It's completely normal. So he's saying, I guess it's fine. But then he says, no, you can't expect like the whole society to go beyond it. Like he contradicts himself. So it's not good. At one point he says it is good because it's natural. Then he says, no, actually it's not good because you can't expect like society to go beyond it. Right? And then he says that, so it's a debate, so figure it out. Brilliant, genius response by Sadhguru. Subhanallah. I find it really funny, like this kind of like gurus, and I love how like people just go to them, ask them simple question, and they just waffle. Seriously, this was even better than like Jordan Peterson when he was waffling about Islam and like, he's like, oh, what do you mean by do? What do you mean by can? Subhanallah. So this is the sophists are funny. Sophists are funny. I'm gonna say that at least. Sophists are funny. So yeah. So basically, what I think of Sadhguru is that he's a sophist, just like Jordan Peterson. These people, they like to kind of like give vague answers that sound smart but are not really. Because I'm going to tell you something in regards to premarital sex, and that is that it's wrong. You shouldn't have premarital sex. From Islamic point of view, this is haram. And even if you're not a Muslim, there are a lot of like dangers that can happen as a result of it. For example, there's or an article on Psychology Today that is written by Susan Krauss Whitburn. She is a professor of Emeritia of Psychological and Brain Sciences at University of Massachusetts. She basically wrote an article on Psychology Today, and this is what she says: How casual sex can affect our mental health. We're finally learning what hookup do to our psyche, for better or for worse. For both man and woman, sex with a casual stranger bodes poorly for mental health and self-esteem. Research shows that those who were not depressed before had more depressive symptoms and loneliness after engaging in casual sex. So basically, what she talks about is that she shows many different researches, which shows that people who didn't have depressive symptoms usually have more depressive symptoms after having casual sex. Furthermore, she continues, and yet hookup pose a significant threat to the physical and psychological health of these young individuals. In addition, in addition to the known risk of contracting STDs, developing unwanted pregnancies, and being RAPED or otherwise assaulted, people who engages in casual sex may suffer emotional consequences that persist long after the details of an encounter are a dim memory. On college campuses where brief sexual liaisons are prevalent, an anticipated result can jeopardize a student's career. In workplace, the result can be just as disastrous, if not more so. She says that research examining the Mental Health Association of hookup sex also report that participants who were not depressed before showed more depressive symptoms and loneliness after engaging in casual sex. The people who engaged in more hookups had greater psychological distress. College students who recently engaged in casual sex reported lower levels of self-esteem, life satisfaction, and happiness compared to those who had not had casual sex in the past month. And students who recently engaged in hookups had higher distress scores, as indicated by levels of depression and anxiety. This is a hadith that is mentioned in Muslim Ahmed. It is Sahih according to Sheikh Al Aranut. So the hadith says the following. Abu Ummah reported a young man came to the Prophet, peace and blessing be upon him, and he said, O Messenger of Allah, give me permission to commit adultery. The people turned to rebuke him, saying, Quiet, quiet. The Prophet said, Come here. The young man came close, and he told him to sit down. The Prophet said, Would you like that for your mother? The man said, No, by Allah, may I be sacrificed for you. The Prophet said, Neither would people like it for their mother. Would you like that for your daughter? The man said, No, by Allah, may I be sacrificed for you. The Prophet said, Neither would people like it for their daughters. Would you like it for your sister? The man said, No, by Allah, may I be sacrificed for you. The Prophet said, Neither would people like it for their sisters. Would you like that for your aunts? The man said, No, by Allah, may I be sacrificed for you. The Prophet said, Neither would people like it for their aunts. Then the Prophet placed his hand on him and he said, O Allah, forgive his sins, purify his heart, and guard his chastity. After that, the young man never again inclined to do anything sinful. In another narration, the Prophet said to him, Then hate what Allah has hated, and love for your brother what you love for yourself. You read about this in Muslim Ahmed 2178, 21,708. This hadith, I mean, get it as Sahih by Sheikh Al-Arnaut. So, yeah, it's a very simple answer. And the Prophet ﷺ basically explained why, you shouldn't want to have adultery. Because if you're going to have adultery, would you like it if someone did that with your mother? Would you like it if someone did that with your wife? Would you like it if someone did that with your daughter? No. Most people wouldn't be okay with that, right? They wouldn't be okay with that. They would hate it, actually. If this was done to your family members, would you be okay if they were going around having casual sex and being depressed, then having sex again, then being depressed again, and going through this whole like disgusting cycle? No, I don't think you would. And I think that's a very beautiful message, and that's what Islam teaches. Well, Islam teaches that You shouldn't go around having casual sex. It's a beautiful thing, and you should save it for your own marriage and have it with someone who you love. And that's basically what Islam teaches. And again, unlike Sadhguru, this is a very clear message. So yeah, and so yeah, uh, premarital sex is bad for you. Anyway, with this, I want to end this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys like the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And if you want to support me, they can support my Patreon or by becoming a member. And yeah, with this, I want to end this video. Thank you guys for watching. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.